Hi, Bernard. Lovely to see you.
Hi, Olivia.
Listen, thank you so much for zooming in with me today. I kind of feel every sport I should be saying something like passing in or kicking in or whatever, but it's Zoom today. So to share with me, as many others have done already, your little brave action story. So I know you and I have known each other a long time, and I know you've got lots to pick from. So I'm dying to hear what you're going to come out with. So off you go.
Yeah, I think the biggest change or the bravest decision I made was to get out of pro rugby, which January last year. So 18 months ago, I decided that I wanted to try and enter the corporate world. So I left pro coaching, pro rugby behind, and looked around the job market in Ireland. It's been a long time since I did my degree. I did a degree in international marketing in Japanese. It was 20 years later when I went to corporate world and did a lot of research, had a lot of coffees, had a lot of meetings, spoke to a lot of people I admired, and eventually took the plunge and applied for a job with a company called Refinitiv, who are one of the biggest financial data companies in the world. Formerly Thomson Reuters, got a job in sales for them, senior account manager for Ireland, and yeah, like absolutely huge change. 9 to 5. Coaching is 6 till 9, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. But a lot of very different in terms of having to understand a very complicated industry. So we have 182 different products. We're across 143 countries of the world, 18,000 people in my company, which obviously in a sporting point of view, I'm used to working with probably 42 players and 18 or 19 staff. So, but it's been great. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I had to study hard at the start. I'm still studying, still learning, but I think I'm on the way to hopefully mastering it at some stage and improving on my craft. So that's my biggest and most bravest decision.
That's fantastic. And what do you think, just give us maybe a little snippet of into your, I suppose, thinking around what transferable skills I think that you took from kind of being brave maybe within sport and life, and that you've applied them within this new corporate setting that you're in. And you're right, it is a hugely brave thing when they, for a lot of sports people, when they decide to, as you say, leave that pro kind of sports world and go out into the corporate world. They've got a lot of things to offer that world, but they also, I suppose, as you say, you're kind of starting at the bottom of the ladder and working yourself up again and kind of proving yourself. So, and it can be really daunting and really challenging. So I can see why that would be something that is incredibly brave. So what would you say is the kind of, if anybody was listening in and considering, maybe, finishing their career or looking at retirement?
I think it's a great point. I think a lot of athletes do struggle. For me, I extended my playing career, I extended my career by going coaching for 7 years. So I was coming out a little bit later at 43 than a lot of players are 33. So I would say the point you made is understand the skills that you have that are transferable, and try not to start at the bottom of the ladder, and set your goal, set your targets a little bit higher, because we all have skills that we can bring, and maybe I know there's a current trend in some of the big tech companies, no more lookalikes, where they're looking for people from different industries to come in, and they'll back their onboarding and their training to get you up to speed in terms of the industry needs, but they want you for what you've learned elsewhere. And obviously in elite sport, commitment, dedication, resilience, the pressure to deliver, and a track record in delivering are unbelievable skills to have for any industry. So for me, I've probably jumped a couple of steps up the corporate ladder, which I needed to do because I'm starting late, and now it's a case of building up a track record of performing and results, so I can hopefully get as high as I deserve to get in the next 23 years.
That's fantastic. Yeah, well, I know how hard you work, and I know, any company would be very lucky to get you now, in fairness. And whether you're starting at 33, 43, I don't think you'll be at the top pretty quickly now, if I know anything about your track record and your history. So we wish you the very best of luck, and I'll check in with you again. Hopefully we can have a real social distancing in-person coffee soon. So very
Look
best.
forward to it.
And we'll
Thanks,
check it
Olivia.
out soon. Thanks so much. Talk to you
Thank
soon.
you.